Just for my justification.
I heard you speak about Rand Hospital.
Yes, correct, my lord.
Where did you get that information that Longwe went to the Rand Hospital?
It's in the proposition, my lord.
Oh, I see.
Yes, that says
he
he was
proposition that he actually went to the Rand
to
Hospital.
the Rand. Yes, it was specific, my lord. That is why I
okay.
went there.
Let me
But
put this version to you, according to those witnesses that I don't want to disclose at this stage. Three shots were fired. One shot is the one that caused injury to Zandi on her leg. The other shot is the one that Longwe Twala shot himself on the leg while they were struggling for the gun. The third one is the one that shot SENZO MEYIWA. But I'm not mentioning them according to the sequence of how they happened. I mean, all these three shots, they caused injury to Zandi. The one was stuck in the ankle of Longwe Twala, and the other one is the one who shot SENZO dead.
I don't know of any injuries that Longwe sustained. If he sustained any gunshot on the leg, was there an entrance and an exit of that bullet, or what happened to the bullet?
Longwe, after that incident, that wound became septic, and he went to a doctor, the late Dr. Mbatsane, who referred Longwe Twala to Dr. Modise in Rand Hospital.
I thought I would do, the court a favor and refer him back to when exactly Ngomezulu mentioned Rand Hospital, because as you know, my lord listens, but somehow he seems to have forgotten this very important information. So I went all the way back to find this for my lord, and of course the Mzansi Unfiltered members of the jury, so we can hear for sure Ngomezulu made the proposition. But let me tell you, listening to this again after the fact, after finding out that wait a damn minute, did Gininda just confess to the court that he ran to the Rand Hospital? Okay, he turned on his sirens. He was probably speeding really fast out of that courtroom, and got to the Rand Hospital in search of Dr. Mbatsane, and in search of the late Dr. Mbatsane or any records about him, but most importantly, Dr. Modise at Rand Hospital, who, as Ngomezulu makes clear, is a defense witness. Now, please tell me, and please make it really, really clear in the comment section down below. What business does Brigadier Gininda have with a defense witness, and why is he involving himself? You see, when I listen to Ngomezulu making that proposition to Omangena, the ballistic expert turned analyst, I didn't hear Ngomezulu say, I'm going to need Brigadier Gininda to rush over and identify Dr. Modise. Like, what questions did Gininda plan to ask him? What was he going to ask him? What was he going to say to him? And why was this relevant to his case? Because Gininda's case is that the 5 accused in the dock are guilty for the murder of SENZO Robert Meyiwa. So what does going to Dr. Modise have to do with Brigadier Gininda? You see, this is where I say Brigadier Gininda showed his true colors. Was he going to intimidate Dr. Modise? Let me know in the comment section down below, okay? Drop a 1 if you think he was going to intimidate Dr. Modise, or drop a 2 if you think he was just going there for a medical consultation. You do know that Surgeon Mohale went over to Umkulu, okay, and did a consultation over there with the African Science at his house. And then jiggy, next thing there were many policemen there surrounding, and next thing jiggy, he was in handcuffs, and next thing he's at the police station. Is this the scene that was going to play out for Dr. Matisse. Let me know in the comment section down below. But you know what? Let's continue listening on. This was the day Ngomezulu dropped the Longwe Twala bombshell, but it was quite interesting. So let's go ahead. Let's listen to it again. But what is interesting is when Gininda says, I went to Rand Hospital. I don't think, Gininda, you were supposed to tell us that. But let's continue listening on.
Where a bullet was taken from Longwe's foot.
Sorry, you say Dr. Mbatsana,
Dr. Mbatsana was the first doctor.
right? And then Mbatsana refers the patient,
To Dr. Mudise
Modise.
at Rand Hospital.
Rand.
Rand Hospital.
Okay, fine.
Do you have any comment on it?
My lord, I cannot comment on that because I don't know anything of the injuries that Longwe sustained at the scene.
I just wanted to demonstrate that there were 3 shots that were fired. And the last shot, and the other shot is the one that shot SENZO, and eventually he lost his life. There were 3 shots, not 2 shots.
My lord, I'm still repeating what I said. I can only account for 2 shots that I found at the scene. The third one, I don't know.
I said there were senior officers that were at the crime scene after SENZO was shot. Are you aware of the MEC of Health that was at the crime scene?
MEC of Health?
Yes, in
No, my lord,
Gauteng.
I'm not aware of it.
The scene was also attended by the late Brigadier Ndlovu. Are you aware of that?
Yes, Brigadier Gininda, I am aware of that.
Are you aware of the presence of General Shedrack Spear on the day of the...
My lord, I'm aware of General Sibia was at the scene also. Attended the scene.
General Spear at that time, was he the senior? I'm just asking. If you don't know, you don't know. Was he a senior to Brigadier Ndlovu?
My lord, during the incident, General Sibia was at the Hawks, DPCI, and General Ndlovu was at the detective provincial office.
Was present, who was in a senior position, other than Shedrack Spear and Brigadier Ndlovu, and the MEC for health? Do you know?
I only know of, I heard that General Musigili was also on the scene. Musigili.
So you would agree with me that these senior officials were at the crime scene, I would say, around 12 at night?
My lord, I don't know the time that they were at the scene, but what I know is General Sibia came to the scene as head of DPCI in the province,
Yes.
and General Ndlovu came to the scene as provincial head of detective on the scene.
Okay.
And General Musigili was also from the province.
I just want to establish do you know whether, or did it came to your attention that General Spear also phoned Warrant Officer Makubo to attend to the crime scene?
Warrant Officer Makubu?
Yes, Mishek Makubo.
No, I
He
don't
was
know.
called after 12 o'clock, 12 midnight, towards 1 in the morning, early hours in the morning.
From which section was Warrant Officer Makubu?
He's from the DPCI, from the Hawks.
What I understood was General Sibia was from the DPCI, from the Hawks. General Ndlovu was from provincial office. No, because SENZO was the national goalkeeper of the... After the incident, DPCI came to the scene to attend the scene to find out what transpired. Maybe the docket will be theirs. So if General Sibia comes to the scene, he will call his team of investigating officers to come with him.
Yeah.
General Ndlovu also called his team of investigating officers to come to the scene.
Correct.
But this thing was discussed at the scene. That's where the agreement was made that the provincial office will take over the docket, and then General Sibia and his members withdrew from the scene. Since then, my lord, General Sibia was never involved in the investigations. General Ndlovu and the provincial team and head office also were involved in this, but not General Sibia.
I'm talking about what happened that night. I'm not talking about general investigations. I'm saying I'll call Makubo on my defense, who will come and give evidence relating to that evidence. Makubo was called by General Sibia that night. Upon his arrival, he called him aside to assist him to reconstruct the crime scene. And certain questions, I'll tell those questions that General Sibia asked from Warrant Officer Makubo.
My lord, if he was called to reconstruct the crime scene, in what way?
Right. Before I get into that question that you have just posed, are you aware that Warrant Officer Makubo is investigating the docket 375 of 375 of 01/2019? Are you aware of that?
My lord, I'm aware that there was a docket open, but I don't know who was investigating that docket.
Listen, I could listen to Ngomezulu all day long. I thoroughly enjoyed going back to revisit this cross-examination between Umangena and Ngomezulu, but I had to remind myself that I was only there just for the Rand Hospital reference. But thank goodness I went back, because I realized while I was there, there in history, because my Lord listens and I also listen. But suddenly my Lord has selective memory. But you know what? Asikolapo, Ngomezulu dropped many names. Many names. Dr. Mbatsane, the late Dr. Mbatsane, Dr. Modise at the Rand Hospital, Kelly Kumalo, who called Chikotwala, and who else? General Sibia and Chikotwala. You know what? These ones, I'll do a separate video just specifically for them. I'll come back to that point. So put a pin on it. Make sure you turn on your notifications, because that's going to be the next video to drop, Then he also mentioned, Ngomezulu also mentioned senior police officials, at the crime scene. That was the MEC of Health. Well, senior officials at the crime scene. So there was the MEC of Health, the late Brigadier Ndlovu, Brigadier Sibia, General Musigile, and Warrant Officer Makubo. So why am I bringing these names up to you? That's a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a good 11 names that Ngomezulu dropped in that cross-examination. But Gininda ran only to Dr. Modise at the Rand Hospital. Did he also approach the MEC of Health? Did he also approach Brigadier Sibia, the former Brigadier Sibia, General Musigile, and Warrant Officer Makubo? Of course, he would not go anywhere near Warrant Officer Makubo, because they have their beef, It's called 375. But why? Why didn't he go to everybody if he was neutral and his intents were just to follow up on everything that was said by Ngomezulu, because his propositions might just be hearsay for now? Do you see what I'm saying? Brigadier Gininda has more answers, has more questions than answers to why he went to the Rand Hospital. But you know what? Let us go back, to current day, which is Friday. Brigadier Gininda on the stand with Baloyi, reading their propositions, and let's see what else we can pick up.
Where did you get that information that Longwe went to the Rand Hospital?
It's in the proposition, my lord.
Oh, I see.
Yes, that says
he
he was
proposition that he actually went to the Rand.
to the Rand. Yes, it was specific, my lord. That is why I went there. That is why I went there.
That is what I went there, says a whole Brigadier Gininda. But I have a question to you. Utini Manim Kuza, Brigadier Gininda. Why are you visiting defense witnesses? I am seriously concerned with this. I am so concerned with this. Why is he going to visit defense witnesses? And I really hope that the defense is paying attention to this and stop name dropping their witnesses, They must do the ta-da that Baloyi does to them with their witnesses. They must not release a witness list, because I'm concerned. Brigadier Gininda has that patrol card. He is ready to drive up and down, far and wide. Let's continue on.
But before I receive because it was brought to me in stages. The first part was that he shot himself.
Yeah, right.
I then followed where I could place him in the car on the 26th. That is the clinic.
Yeah.
Then later I was informed by the state advocate, and that's the proposition I read, that he was then taken to Rand Clinic where the bullet was taken, and that is why I followed that up. Paragraph 10, under Mngomezulu, it says, Longwe Twala, after that incident, that wound became septic. He went to a doctor, the late Dr. Mbatsane, who referred Longwe to Dr. Modise in Rand Hospital, where the bullet was taken from Longwe's shot.
As for my information, you guys are saying Dr. Mbatsana is dead.
Yes.
Did you establish that?
My lord, I could not get the ID number or the confirmation that there is such a doctor at the clinic, and all I was provided for in this proposition is the surname. So when I went to this clinic to ask, do you have such individuals in terms of the list, all the doctors under this name, they could not provide me even one. But what I was provided, it's only the name. There's no practice number, there's no ID number, so I could only rely on the records of the clinic, and the clinic says we don't have such a person, so I could not.
That is the Rand Hospital. You also went there.
Yes, I did. No, they could not find records, my lord. But I asked them specific about the doctor, whether is this doctor still there. Perhaps he could assist us. We could not find such a doctor, my lord.
Why are you smiling, Mr. Advocate? Miss, I see you smiling.
Me?
Oh, you know something I know.
I think I do, man.
You do that? Okay. Until Monday, is it? Is it Monday?
Yes, it is.
Okay, fine.
And there goes Brigadier Gininda's a moment to shine bright like a diamond. Yes, my lord, I went to the Rand Hospital. I don't have Dr. Mbatsane's name or anything. I don't even have a practice number, and nobody knows who he is. Don't worry, okay? Mngomezulu is going to call his witnesses who will bring whatever relevant information. What the state has to do, especially Brigadier Gininda, is sit tight, okay? Sit tight and wait, because guess what? You will have a chance to cross-examine his witnesses, and you can put it to them all your questions then. Why are you trying to go ahead? What was the reason? What was the reason? You know what? Let me go ahead and end it here. I'm definitely waiting to hear from you in the comment section with regard to this. As you know, tomorrow is a Monday, and we are expecting Mngomezulu bright and early. So make sure you continue to send those messages of a get well soon and speedy recovery down in the comment section below, because we want to make sure we're sending those good vibes out to him, okay? Because he is absolutely dearly missed, and this is crucial that he is right there inside Pagati within, okay? That is it from me today. Mzansi Unfiltered, checking out. Catch you on my next upload.
My lord, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
As the court pleases, my lord, I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
If the grooves don't fit, acquit the 5 accused. Mnisi has done a fantastic job proving there was no match.